right?
Paper plates sort of.
Yes, they do.
That's what I used to do, have paper plates on them.
Okay, so we're going to start. We're going to start with these gliders. These gliders are going to be our friend. I'm going to put this so I don't knock it over. All right, so I want you to take the very back of your mat. The very back of your mat. Okay? I'm going to have half my foot on and half my foot off. Okay? So I got all this mat in front of me. I'm going to take a nice big inhale up. And exhale, scoop and peel off that imaginary wall, all the way down. Soften your knees and walk those hands out. 3, 2, 1. So my feet aren't on this right now, and I'm just in this little plank here, and I'm squeezing my armpits and tucking my tail. And I want you to lift up your seat, walk the hands back. 3, 2, 1. My feet are back on my gliders, and then pull yourself back up. Try that again. Inhale up. Exhale, peel. Try to have more weight on your toes. Eyes to the navel. Soften your knees and walk it out. 3, 2, 1. Hold that plank. Tuck your tail. Squeeze those armpits. Pike up your feet. Take your time. And then walk back. Try not to move the hips, but move from that belly and pull yourself back up. Inhale up. Exhale over that railing. Eyes to the navel. Soften those knees. Walk it out. 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to step onto my gliders. You can also be on your knees and be in a modified plank, right? And just not do the glider. Okay. So the leg closest to your screen is going to go out and in 4 times. Out and in. Remember, you can go on your forearms if needed. And then out and in. Now the opposite leg, 4 times out. Inner thigh squeeze, belly of course is squeezing. 2 more. 1 more. And lower to your knees. Flatten your feet. Stretch back. Good morning. Press back out to your modified plank with all my knees. Curl those toes. Lift those knees off the mat. And then let those knees come back down. And again, squeeze into your armpits. Scoop your belly. Slightly tuck that tail. Lift those knees off that mat. And then lower back down. And one more time. Scoop, tuck, squeeze, and lift. Okay, now take the leg closest to your screen. Out and in 4 times. 3, 2, 1. Other side. 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower those knees down and stretch back. Arms go behind you and make cups with your hands. I'm going to release my wrists. Wonderful. Okay, flip over. Now you're on your seat. And we have our feet on those gliders again. And I'm going to take my hands behind my thighs. Sit nice and tall. Inhale for nothing. Exhale, C curve and round back. Don't worry about the lower back touching the mat. Just lengthen your arms. And then scoop forward. When the shoulders are over your hips, zip up nice and tall. Exhale down. Eyes to the navel. Melt the shoulders. Inhale, bring it up and stack. And exhale back. Inhale, lift up. Now on this exhale, I want you to hinge back. Just hinge back and keep the arms soft this time. Now the leg closest to your screen is going to slide out, and the same arm is going to lift up. And come back in. And then switch. Opposite leg. And come back in. So the arm matches the leg, it's gliding, and I'm in a hinge. That means my spine is nice and long, and it's in that slight diagonal. I inhale out, exhale in. Slide out, lift up the arm, bring it back in. Inhale, to exhale. How can I make this more challenging? 2 arms, 2 legs. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Keep the rib cage lifted off those hips. And give me one more. We'll inhale and we'll exhale. Hands back behind those thighs. Let's slowly roll all the way down to our mat for 4 and 3 and 2. Arms to your side. I'm going to lengthen that leg closest to my screen. Out. Drive it back in. Opposite leg. Out. Drive in from that core, the glutes, and that hamstring. And I glide it out. Now, when my leg closest to my screen goes out, my opposite arm is going to reach back and then bring it back in. So it's opposite arm as leg. I'm going to keep alternating those sides. Keep moving from that belly. Keep that belly nice and heavy. Put that bowling ball on that torso. Out. Inhale here. Exhale. One more. And I inhale. And I exhale. Now, tabletop one leg, so use your core to do that, and add the other leg to it. Anytime I cue eyes to belly, if you prefer to keep your head down, that's fine. Inhale for nothing. Exhale, nod the chin to your chest. Slide those fingertips towards the edge of your mat. Bring those arms parallel to the hips and start to pump for the 100. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 10. Now, if your head is lifted, your shoulder blades are off the mat to the base of the shoulder blade. That's what's left. We can't have our head hovering back here. We'll strain our neck. So the belly is going to help hold that up. Good. Next level, up into a Pilates stance. And we're inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the lips. And breathe in. Squeeze into those armpits and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. Keep pumping, breathe in. Now the last 2, I want you to lower those legs where it's challenging for you, but safe to that lower back. And one more. Inhale, exhale, and hug those knees in. Nicely done. Hands behind those thighs. Gently rock yourself up and balance on your seat. Hold right here. Now make sure we're lifting out of the hips. The shoulders are relaxed. If this is going well, reach one arm right out in front of you. If that's going well, add the other arm. And hold here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now 1 foot at a time is going to find the glider again. And I want you to press those legs all the way straight as you come up nice and tall. Draw the knees towards you. Don't change your spine. See, curve back. Pause. Start to come back up. Press those legs out. Stack your spine tall. Draw that chin to your chest. Bend those knees. Push that belly button back and bring yourself back. And again, I start to come up. I slowly straighten my legs as my spine goes tall, 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 tall. And then I bend. Good. Last one. Reach nice and long. Good. Now, staying right like this, I'm going to take the leg closest to my screen, off my disc, and on my disc. Do that again. Off, on, off, on. One more. Off, and on. Okay, so I caught myself kind of doing this, right? So I'm going to try and reposition. Scoop that belly in. I'm going to try the opposite leg. 4, back on the glider. Off the glider, on the glider. 2 more. I'm fighting this to tall. I'm trying my hardest. Last one. And reach forward and grab on those ankles and give me a little bit of hamstring stretch and release the back and neck. Okay, so I'm going to take my legs out to a V. I want you to take the hands right on that mat. I'm going to lift both legs off my gliders and put them right here. Okay? Now put them back on the gliders. Woo! And then lift up and off the gliders. And on the gliders. And off. Now reach your hands for your gliders. And they're going to go out to the sides. They're going to kind of just follow you back. And we're going to lay all My legs in a Pilates stance. I'm going to take my chin to my chest. I'm going to reach my gliders. I'm pressing into my gliders. And I'm going to bring them back forward. Yeah. And I'm going to roll it back. So if you know, okay, I can't do a roll up. It doesn't go well for me. Then maybe stop here, right? You don't have to go all the way down. But let's use our breath. Nod the chin to your chest. Inhale. Squeeze into those armpits. Exhale. Now, just because we're adding gliders doesn't mean we forget our form. We know we don't drag our head off that mat, right? Right. And here we go. Eyes to belly. Inhale. 2. Exhale. Last one. We'll come up one more time. Inhale. 2. Exhale. Here we go. Eyes to belly. Inhale. 2. Exhale. Good. Now I'm going to take my front hand closest to my screen. I'm going to start to bring it back, and my opposite arm is going to reach into a diagonal. I'm going to come back up and put that glider back on my feet. The other glider, I'm going to follow it, and I'm going to reach, squeeze in that armpit to pull that back in and bring it back around. And I go to the other side. And as that arm is going back, this arm is going up. I pull that navel in deep. And other side. So my hand's trying to stay light on that glider. Pull it back in. Let's do one more each side. And I lengthen, control it. Remember, this has to stay connected. And last one. Inhale. 2. Exhale. Good. Let's take it back in. Back again. And I want you to come right here so they're behind you in a V. And I'm going to slowly come back more. And then lift the chest and crown. And then round, exhale. Inhale. How's it going? Is it going okay? Okay, remember, shoulders connecting to that rib cage. It's a critical connection in Pilates. My thighs are wrapping. My thighs will support my abdominals. So I'm squeezing them together in my Pilates stance. And we'll just do one more. Reach it back. Yes. And we lift it up and we bring it back around. Okay, so I'm reaching parallel to the floor with my arms. I'm going to melt my shoulders. I'm going to tuck my tail. I'm going to melt my spine back onto my mat. And reach those arms all the way behind you. My back is not on that mat. Circle the arms around. Good. Take the leg that's furthest from the screen, hands behind that thigh, and pull that thigh towards you while the opposite leg reaches long. Yeah. Now keep the thigh right where it is, but start to take the bottom half of that leg and extend it up, and then bring it back down. Relax the shoulders, and lift up, and bring it down. So I'm trying not to let my leg go out like this, right? I'm trying to keep it where it was. Now grab onto the ankle and zip up that leg. Try to keep that upper thigh right where it was. And then bring it back down. And lift up, belly goes down. Do you notice how sometimes the hamstrings just feel tighter? Yeah, this is one of those mornings for me. That's okay, I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna lift this up. I'm gonna hold this here. Now you have some options for single leg circles. If you would rather have more support to your lower back, take that opposite leg and bend it. And you'll see that anchors that down a little more, so you're more than welcome to stay like that. Arms go to your side. Turn that leg, kneecap away from you. Put a bowling ball in that torso. Tie down those hips. And we're going to circle towards the center line. Round and 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Try to engage the glutes in this exercise, not just the core. Inhale, exhale, 4. And 1 more. Round to come up, 5. Let's reverse that. Now, if I go too far away from my central line, this opposite hip or my pelvis is going to go with me, and that's a no-no. Inhale to exhale. 2 more. Round to come up. Last one. Round to come up. Grab back behind that shin. Give that hamstring one more stretch. Bend the knee and pull that knee to the outside of that shoulder. Give that hip flexor little stretch. Then take that foot to the mat and slide it all the way out. The other knee is going to come in, grab behind that thigh. Then I'm going to zip this leg up for 2 pounds, and then down for 2. Up for 2, down for 2. Belly goes in deep, and down. Lift it up. Now take the hands to your shins, and I'm going to lift up for 2, and down for 2. Do you notice one leg may be even tighter than the other? 2 more. Zip it up. Bring it in. Hold this one up. Now, if you want, the opposite leg can bend, right? Arms to your side. Kneecap turned away. And here we go. To the center, around, up. So think of tracing a capital D. Here's the belly, and then here's the back. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. And now let's reverse. Remember, the hips and the pelvis stay still. So you better be working from that core, pulling it in and up. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Grab behind. Pull, stretch. Bend the knee and tug that knee to the outside of that shoulder. Reach the opposite leg nice and long. Put that foot to the mat. Slide it all the way out. Bring those arms up. Nod the chin to your chest. Whoa, and come all the way up. Whoa. That's right. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, scoot your boot towards the top edge of your mat. Take those feet on your lighters. So there's 2 different ways you can have your hands, okay? You can place them here, the fingertips are at the top of your mat, or more support, hands behind your thighs, okay? I want you nice and lifted, shoulders over hips, okay? I'm going to get a little C curve, so that's just chin and chest, push the belly in. I'm going to take one leg out, and as it's coming in, the other leg. And out, and out. Don't cramp those calves. I'm not pushing from my legs. I'm pushing from my glutes and my abs. Boom, and boom, boom, and boom. I go 4, and 3. Good. And 2, and 1. Both legs in. Now I'm going to push both legs out. Open a little bit. Close. Bring it back in. Scoop that belly deeper in opposition of the legs. Come back in. Open. Close. Can you feel? It's about the belly, guys. It's about the belly. Inhale to exhale. Last one. Inhale to exhale. Pause. Hands behind the thighs. We're going to lower it down. The lower back only is going to touch. You've got to tuck your butt out of the way. Tuck your tail. Lower back touches. Curl up and over. And again, melt those shoulders. Keep the gaze to the belly button. Inhale back. Exhale. Inhale, tuck. Yeah. Exhale, up and over. 1 more. Inhale back. Good. Exhale, up and over. Now, once you straighten out the leg closest to your screen, the other leg is going to pull in towards you. We're not going to be using these gliders. So as I start to come back, you're going to lift that leg off that glider. You're going to lower back to the base of your shoulder blade. Pull that knee towards you. Take the hands on top of that shin. The outside hand goes down to your ankle. The other hand stays on your knee. Okay? So I'm going to hold that. Now switch. If my hand's on the knee on this leg, it's going to go to the ankle on this leg and pull. And switch. Switch. Eyes to the belly. Shoulder blades are off your mat. If that's too hard for you, put your head down. The last thing I want is for you to strain your neck. Now I'm going to start to cue the breath. Inhale, 2, and exhale, 2. Inhale, 2, exhale, and inhale. You got this. Exhale, and one more. Inhale, 2, exhale, freeze. Lower the head down. Bring the other leg in. Give a nice little tug. Yes. Using your hands against your shins. Nod your chin to your chest. We're going to take both legs and both arms away from our center. We hold it for 3 counts. I start to circle first, then I bring my knees in. Keep the torso and head still. Circle around, my legs are in parallel here. I push out to a Pilates V. 2, 3, exhale, scoop. Inhale, hold. How can I modify this? I can do one arm and leg while I hold on to the other leg. See? Hold it in and place your head down. Take the hands to the leg furthest away from your screen and zip that leg straight up. Push the other leg straight out. You can keep your head on the mat, or you'll nod your chin to your chest and lift it up. We're going to pull each leg 2 times. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull. Inhale. Exhale. Boom, boom. Think of these legs as beams of steel. Pull, pull. Pull, pull. Pull, pull. Pull, pull. Inhale. Exhale. Freeze. Hands behind the head. That leg that's furthest away from you, bring it up. Connect these heels. Lower, 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 lift. Double straight leg, lower lift. The lower back cannot arch off that mat. If that's you, you're taking those legs too low. Inhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, 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 exhale. On the exhale here, draw the leg closest to the screen towards you and twist towards your screen. And then twist away. Yeah, those abs are getting tired, right? So it's hard to stay crunched up and those shoulders off the mat and those elbows open wide. We're trying, we're trying. 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab behind the knees, bend. Rock yourself up. Find that glider. It should match. And then bring it back in. Woo! How does that go? Good. Okay. Take the legs as wide as your mat and reach those hands for your gliders. Okay? So we're going to draw the chin to our chest. We're going to glide these gliders out. And I'm going to try and keep my lower back where it was. And then use your core and glutes, melt those shoulders down. And I come here. Draw the chin to your chest. So I start my neck, my shoulders, and I stop right in the middle of my back. And I pull myself back up. When you feel those shoulders, anchoring back down. And again, chin to chest. Exhale. So my belly button's pushing back as my hands go forward. My feet are flexed. And then a scoop and lift. Inhale. Exhale. And this time I'm going to keep going. And my lower back can go with me. I'm going to keep going as far as I can go. Yeah. And then bring it back up. Shoulders melt. Stack, stack, stack. Head comes up last. And the head goes first again. Inhale. 2, exhale. Bring it back up. Inhale. 2, exhale. Okay. Bend the knees and place your heels on the gliders. Okay? Hands behind the thighs. And I'm going to start by pressing both legs out, and I C-curve away from my legs. And my hands are here for support. And I'm going to come back up and sit tall. So I'm going to curl in that C-curve, and then come back up. Inhale back. Exhale up. Now, if you feel you don't need your hands, reach them up. Inhale. Exhale. Now, I'd like to change the arms. When I come back up, I'm going to take my arms up. So my spine is going to remember to lift up. Bring it back. And these are all options, right? So if I change it and it's not for you, if this isn't for your shoulders, then go up, right? Right. I inhale. I exhale. And one more. Inhale. Exhale. Now, I'm going to take my legs straight out to the corners of my mat and bring my arms out for sculpt. Okay. So twist to your screen. Inhale. Exhale, soft your baby toe. Inhale, up and twist. Exhale, lift your back hand. Now this opposite butt cheek should be pushing down. Inhale, up, rotate. Exhale, scoop. Tall spine here, it's tall. I'm going to keep it tall and long, and I scoop. One more, because these feel good today. Exhale. Now stay here for an extra breath. Inhale again. Exhale a little further. Now bring it up. Inhale. To exhale. Stay here. Inhale. Exhale an inch further. Bring it back around. And release. Bring those legs together and slide them back towards your mat. Okay, so let's go into our stomachs. All right, check in with your body. Grab a drink if you need it. Okay. All right, so our legs are going to be sitting bone width apart. Now, if you have an issue with your lower back, or you know you have a tight lower back, feel free to take your legs a little wider. Okay? Wider is a little safer as well for a back issue. So I'm going to reach my gliders out in front of me. My arms are an extension of my shoulders. So they're not way out here, they're right by my ears. All right, so we're going to start by connecting our shoulders to our back. So my head's not going to move. I'm going to slide that disc an inch towards me and then press it back out. So you'll notice my shoulder blades are connecting to my rib cage, and then I lengthen them away. So I'm not bending my elbows to do this because it won't move your shoulders. My arms must be straight. So I'm just getting that movement in my shoulder blades. Does that make sense? And it's not easy to do, and some people just can't do it yet. But you're just trying to get the shoulders some mobility. Okay, so if you're able to get those shoulders to move, you're going to do swan correctly. So I'm going to start by lifting up my forehead. And as I'm starting to come up, my shoulders are connecting to my back, and then I just keep coming up with straight arms, right? So I'm not here with my shoulders, I'm here. And as I come back out, I'm going to pull that belly button away from the mat. Slide the shoulders down, start to peel up. My neck is in line with my spine. And I come back down. Don't forget to breathe. So these arms like beams of steel. Inhale, lift. Keep looking down at your mat, yeah. The only way you can look out there is if your chest is looking out there, so your neck stays with the rest of your body. Inhale. To exhale. So now let's have a little bit of fun. So I'm going to hover my mat, and then my front disc is going to go, I'm going to follow it, and I come back all the way down. And as I hover my mat with my chest and my head, the other arm is going to go, I follow it, and I come back. And front arm. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Now I'm going to take both arms to the edges of my mat. Come back out. Inhale. Are we having bumper cars? Wherever from. Okay. Is that the truth? No matter how much space you have. Okay, give me one more. And I'm not making it laugh a little bit class, right? Just squeeze those legs and then come back out. Bend your elbows, bring the gliders next to your mat, place your hands on your mat, and stretch back in the child's pose. Round that spine, booty towards those heels. Yes. Okay. So we're going to come back out. We're going to do a little 180. We're going to put our feet back on those discs for a forearm plank. Remember, you don't have to use the gliders at all. So I'm going to come onto my forearm, and I make sure that my shoulders are in line with my elbows. Remember, there's 3 critical connections. 1 is shoulder to rib cage. 2 is belly in and up. 3, thighs are wrapping, right? Seat to feet connection. Doesn't mean you have to be in a Pilates stance. So I'm going to start by pushing off with my arms. Scoop your belly and lift the knees off, and then press both legs out. Yep, good. So all I want you to do is you can either alternate your legs, or I'm going to take both legs out and in. So my inner thighs are working to bring those legs back together. Right? You can just hold a plank. Remember, you don't have to do all this dissy stuff. Inhale, exhale. Your back has to be strong. You're holding up that ceiling with your back. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And 1. And bring the knees to the mat and stretch back. That wasn't so bad. Okay. Let's try that variation. Get those toes back on the discs. Press those legs out. We're going to try and hike up. Head goes towards the mat. And then press out. You can do another variation. You can do what we just did. Scoop. And lengthen. Two more. Remember, you can just hold a plank. And that's not just, because planks are, they're good. They're work. And then bring those knees back in. And reach the arms behind you. Release the shoulders. Ha. Woo! Okay. Lay all the way down. Forget about the discs. And then turn your head to look at your screen. And forget about these discs. I want the legs together. Now, in a perfect world, our hands are towards the middle of our back, and our shoulders and our elbows will touch the mat. Okay? Belly in. Kick your butt with both legs 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Stretch the arms long. Look down at your mat. Look away from your screen. Bend your elbows. Kick your butt. 1, 2, 3. Look to your screen and kick. 1, 2, 3. Stretch. And away. 1, 2, 3. Stretch. One right side. Keep that belly in. Keep the pelvis still. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. 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 Hold it here. Try to reach those arms a little higher. And then release down and stretch back into a child's pose. Nice and slow. Scoop the belly and round the back. Woo! Okay. We're going to do another 180 turn. And I want you to have your heels on your gliders and your glutes towards the edge. We're going to do some bridges. And again, gliding options are options. You don't have to do them. So I'm going to lie all the way down onto my mat. My knees are bent, and I can't have my feet too close together because I'm going to clasp gliders together. So my arms are reaching right against my rib cage. Crown of the head is reaching long. Neck has no strain to it. I want you to articulate your spine up and off that mat. So tuck your booty. And as you're coming up, the shoulders are going down. A lot of muscles right now are working. And then melt back down. 5, 4, 3. Don't skip any vertebrae. 2, and 1. Bring it back up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Belly's in and up. Hips are open. And then bring it back down. Slide those hands even closer to your heels as you lower. Tuck that booty. Lift up, inhale. Now stay up here and let go of that breath. I'm going to take the leg furthest from my screen. Then I'm going to take it out and come in. Now the other leg, out and come in. And switch. Make sure you got enough of that foot on the glider. And inhale to exhale. Inhale. Don't make it about the calf, because you'll cramp your calf. Make it about the hamstring, the glute, the belly. Feel the length of that leg reaching out of that hip. And one more. Inhale to exhale. Finish on the other leg. Inhale to exhale. Fix that bridge. And let's melt it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now keep your spine on the mat and take the leg and arm furthest from your screen, and everything's going to reach away and come back in and switch. What I'm trying to work on here, it's called Ribcage Arms. When my arms move away from my ribcage stays heavy. It's anchored. It's got that pulling ball on it still. Reach. Come in. Reach. Come in. Whoop, I lost my glider. Whoop. Did you lose yours too? Reach. One more side. That's okay. Bring it in. Last one. Inhale to exhale. Press those legs out halfway. Arms up. Nod the chin to your chest. Grab behind those thighs and pull yourself up. Okay. Press those legs straight. Okay. And they're going to be about hip width, so maybe a little closer. Okay. Open up. This is called spine twist. So feel like my body is right going up the back of the middle of your spine. So we're staying nice and tall. We're going to inhale up, twist to your screen as you exhale. 1, further, 2. Inhale up, exhale. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, further, 2. Think of twisting around that barbershop pole, and we're going to stay high and keep going higher up it with each rotation. Now this time, if I'm twisting over my front knee, I'm going to bring that front knee in, press it out. And in, press it out. Press it out. Last one. Reach for your ankles, grab onto them, and pull the head towards your thighs. Nicely done. Stack your spine. Doop, 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 doop. Bend those knees and bring those gliders towards your mat. Okay, let's do some side stuff. All right. So I'm going to take one of those gliders in front of me, just for now. We might use it, we might not. I might change my mind. How far are we in class? Oh, okay. Woo! All right, so I'm going to center myself instead of being against all the way to the back. And I'm going to cross my head up. Okay? And I want you to take your legs. If my knees are bent, I just want you just to kick the legs out. My knees are bent. I'm just kicking my leg out. Okay? Take your top leg, pry it off the mat. My foot is flexed. Now reach it an inch longer. Keep this part of your ribcage nice and light. Melt the shoulders. I'm going to swing forward. A big and a little. A big and a little. Exhale. Inhale. So this is staying stacked on top of that bottom hip. This is staying still. So you can't let it go forward as you kick back and go back as you kick forward. This has to be like a statue. Last one. Forward. Now stack the legs. Rotate your top kneecap to ceiling. Lift up, lies a feather. Now slide a penny down that wall. Lift up. And then reach longer. Feel the belly pulling in and zipping it up as that leg in opposition goes out. Inhale. Exhale. Here's the work. One more. Now hover your top foot as high as the hip, and we circle forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees back, okay? Take the hands propping you up around the rib cage. Make sure your hips are stacked, hand by the elbow. I just feel the need to work some triceps. Here we go. Press 1. Press 2. Heel the hands pushing. Shoulders are staying connected to my back. I'm not letting that shoulder crunch up to my ear. Try to straighten that arm all the way up. 2 more. 1 more, and hold it up. That wasn't so bad either, was it? Okay, so I'm going to take my leg here. So I cross it over. Okay? And I'm going to take this leg forward and back. Forward and back. You should lengthen that leg out of the hip. Lengthen it. How can I make this more challenging? I can take that hip off and this leg back. And here I am here. Forward and back. Forward and back. So the side plank. Whoop! I'm having trouble with my glider today. 2 more. Keep us lifted. 1 more. I'm going to stack these legs. Ooh, lift up those hips. And come back down. That was fun. Okay, other side. Other side. Okay. And I started in the center of my mat instead of lining up with the back because I wanted room to reach that glider. Okay. So you prop your head up. You can also lay on that arm. I'm just going to kick my knees to straight. So yes, I'm off my mat, but that's okay. Won't kill you. Shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked. This is pulling away from the mat. Shoulders are mounted. Lift your top leg hip height, and we swing a big and a little, a big and a little. Belly goes in, back of the leg, glutes, fires. Exhale. So make sure you're not washing this leg. I want your neck to be in line with your spine. Boom, boom. Move with control. Know what muscles are supposed to be working here. The belly is pushing in, back of the leg, it's reaching long. We exhale forward, inhale back. 1 more. Exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, stack your legs, turn that kneecap to the ceiling of your top leg, light as a feather. Now work, work, work. Press that bottom leg into the mat in opposition as you take that top leg up. Inhale to exhale. Can you feel when you exhale all the air getting out and you're zipping this up? 2 more. Boom. Length, and you're sliding a penny along that wall, so get some length there. Now take your top foot, hover at hip height, flex the foot, and circle forward. Now I'm staying over that bottom foot. Now I'm not going any higher than my hip. Reverse. Think of that leg going longer and longer with each circle. And we go 4, 3, 2, bend those knees in. My hand is propped up around the rib cage it goes. My free hand is right by my elbow. Make sure you're on your side, and here we go. 8. Exhale up. 7. 6. Good. And 5. You want to squeeze the upper back of that arm when you're all the way up. And 3. Control coming down. And 2. All the way up. Okay. Reach that leg long. I'm going to take it forward, forward, and back. Belly presses in, glutes power. Now we said there's a way to make this harder, so we come off of that bottom hip, arm comes up, and we go forward. So everything should face your screen. Shoulders, chest, hips. 3. Stay strong here, connect here. 2, and we stack those feet. 1, and we lift those hips a little higher. And then come down. Turn to your feet. 2 gliders. All right. We'll be cooling down soon, I promise. All right, so we're gonna do some teaser stuff. All right, so we're gonna bring it back. Take the eyes to belly. Reach it forward. Stack it up. Bring it back. Roll it back. Roll it back. Eyes to belly. Find that lower back. These aren't easy, are they? No. Just a different way of doing stuff. The body's saying, wait a minute, what? And then bring it up. And one more to gliders. Exhale now. Eyes to belly. Find that lower back. Good. Reach those arms, legs together. Roll it back. Exhale. Eyes to belly. Inhale. Now listen. Release that breath for a second. Let's talk. So I'm not here and I'm not here. I'm here, baby bear. The hand closest to the screen and the leg closest to the screen is going to move. It's going to kick out and going to twist. Do it again. Bam. One more. Bam. Roll it away. 4, 3, 2. Now taking opposite arm, opposite leg this time. Eyes to belly. Find that lower back. Inhale up. Yeah, teasers aren't working for me either. Okay, here we go. Boom. 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 Give me one more. One more. Let's take it down. Now this time, we're going to have it flow a little bit better. So eyes to belly, find that lower back. Inhale, 2, exhale. And then bring it back down to your mat, just 1. Eyes to belly, find that lower back. Lift up. Kick. We're going to do one more each side. You have the option of kicking out both legs. Eyes to belly. Inhale. 2, exhale. Inhale. 2, exhale. Remember, you don't have to do that. Chin to chest, find that lower back. Inhale. 2, exhale. Inhale. And then lengthen the arms and the legs. Woo! And then bring yourself back up. Whoa. Okay. Take your gliders in front of you again. And we're sort of going to do a swim, extension, jumping jack, whatever you want to call it. Okay. In a nutshell, it's going to look like this. Boom, 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 release. Okay? So swimming is we lift everything up off the mat. I got my shoulders connected, right? I'm going to jumping jack out, come back in, return. Everything lifts, jumping jack, in, return. Lift up, out, in, return. Up, out, in. I'm going to add on, up, out, stay in. Now just swim with the legs. Lift those chests a little higher, bring those gliders a little closer. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Hands by your shoulders and stretch back into a child's pose. Woo! All right, so the next thing we're going to do is really hard for me because I have tight shoulders. So we're going to feet with our backs to our gliders. And we're going to be lifting up, lift up, and coming down. Lifting up and coming down. Now, if you want to add something like a tendon stretch, okay, you gotta have your feet on. So we just do a little 180. I press my legs out. Same thing, I'm gonna lift up my hips. I mean, it's possible.
That's cute. That's cute. I like that.
Okay,
That's cute.
so
That's when she was so right. You can do it.
okay, so let's just see what happens.
That's good. Well in now. What's a lift?
Now notice, I have my fingers turned out, right? The ideal positioning is hands like this. Again, I got wrist issues too, so I turn my fingers out, okay? So start with the first thing, scoop and lift. Come back down, hug back up, shoulders down. Now all we're adding is scoot your boot around your spine, lift up. Lift up. That's it. See? It wasn't so bad. And then scoot the boot down. Release those wrists and let's just come forward. And bring it forward. Circle those wrists if you need a little wrist release. A little wrist release. Okay, so let's do seal. Because a lot of times we don't do seal. We miss these wonderful exercises. Okay, so if you would have a back issue that you're not supposed to roll on your spine, you are going to still get benefit out of this because the benefit to this is it opens up your hips. So I take my hands together and I bring them down to my heels. I'm going to wrap my hands around the outsides of my feet. I'm going to pull my feet closer to my seat. Now we're always in the Pilates stance with our heels kissing. This is the opposite. My toes are kissing, not my heels. Now my knees can't be flopping out like this. I'm going to try and put them almost inside my frame. That's not going to happen, but they're getting closer, okay? So this position here, if I just tap my toes, everybody see that? Tap my toes. This is stretching that hip, right? So if you can't rock, you just tap these toes. You don't have to go fast because you'll be doing 200 while we rock, right? So if we are going to rock, we never rock onto our necks, remember that? And we keep ourselves a little ball. And I'm going to tap my toes 3 times. I rock back, tap 2, 3, rock up and hold. Tap 2, 3. Rock back, inhale, exhale. You have to use your belly to come up. Don't think of, let me go back really fast and fling myself really fast back up. Let's just do one more. Inhale back. Exhale out. All right, sit crisscross applesauce for me. Grab your gliders. Just on each side of you. If you can't sit crisscross, it's not cool for your knees. You can make to a diamond. You can make straight out. Okay? Be comfortable. Okay, so I'm going to use the back glider first, one furthest from your screen. Okay? So the opposite arm is going to come up. Now, my arm is closest to the screen is up. My sit bone, my hip, my glute, closest to the screen, stays pushing down. So we're going to do a mermaid. So push down that hip and that glute. Bring it back up. Do it again. Grow tall. I'm going over a railing. I'm pushing down the hip and the glute that I'm stretching away from. Here's 3. Inhale. This should feel good, by the way. Exhale. Try to go an inch taller before you come over here. Good. Switch the arms. Don't collapse the spine. Now I inhale over. Now remember, where I'm stretching away from has to push down. Exhale back up. Inhale. Get that belly pulling in. Exhale back up. And inhale. Think of going over a railing. And last one. Inhale. To exhale. Bring those gliders to the front and just slide them out nice and easy. Head is heavy. And just feel that nice and front. You might even feel a little stretch in your glutes. Hug you like that. And then bring them towards your mat. Stack your spine. And we're going to stand all the way up. Yay. Okay. So just for a little bit of fun, because we have time. And I'm going to actually get my mat out of the way. So fold it up. You're not going down on the mat anymore. Not today. Okay, so I'm going to have a glider on each foot. Now, if you want to just use one because you feel like you can't just keep yourself still because you think you're going to move, then you want to take that foot off the glider. Okay? So we have our toes on, our heels are off. Okay? We're going to take this leg out, squeezing our thighs, come back in. Inhale, exhale. So it's not just about this leg working, it's my inner thighs, my glutes, and of course, number one answer is the core. And we go 4, and 3, and 2. Now hold it out there. Swing it to the front, back out to the side. Swing it to the front, out to the side. Forward, back. 4, keep that belly scooping in and up. 3, hello quad. 2, hold it to the front. Bring it in, push it out those arms. In, out. This knee needs to be facing straight ahead. Don't let it buckle in either way. And 4, 3, yeehaw, 2, and 1. Let's go behind us. Oh, that quad is saying, don't we have another leg to work? We sure do. Make sure we run out of time. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, other leg. Are we ready? This knee and these toes are facing straight ahead. Chest is lifted. Out and in. 4, 3, yeah. 2, now stay out. I swing it to the front, back out to the side. My arms are still working. Belly still scooping. Glutes are working. Can we feel anything here? 4, 3, what a fun class today. 2, hold it out, hold in, out, hold in. 7, 6, final stretch here. We go 4, 3, 2, stand up. Let's roll it down. Soften your knees. Push both legs back. Bring both feet in. See, keep the knees soft. Pull yourself up. Straighten the legs. We'll do that one more time. Draw the chin to your chest. Peel. Peel. More weight on the toes and the heels. Once you're all the way down, soften those knees. Press one leg or 2 legs at a time back. You can do single 1, 1. Then pull it in. You have to pull yourself up from your belly. Now bring those arms all the way up. Inhale. Exhale. We're not going to move. We're just going to just do a roll down here. We're not moving those discs. Head is heavy. Now just go to your fingertips. Lengthen your spine long. And then bring it back down to knuckles or hands. Back up to fingertips. Back down. And now hover your fingers off that mat, that belly button, by pulling in deep. And now start to bring it up from your belly. And your tail is pushing down towards your heels. The last thing that comes up is that head. Roll those shoulders up and back. Reverse, back and up. And you've made it. Woo! Love those gliders.
This class goes so fast. It does.
It does go fast when you're having fun.